Speaking at length on law and order, border security and public safety, former US President Donald Trump delivered a sweeping critique of Democratic leadership while touting his own policies as decisive in curbing both crime and illegal immigration. Addressing the state of the nation's capital, Trump painted a stark picture. Crime is rampant in D.C. It's rampant in our generally blue-run cities, and they've got to do something about it. And they're never going to win another election, he said, blaming Democratic governance for the rise in violence. Trump claimed that despite being labeled a dictator by critics, even some Democrats have quietly expressed appreciation. I have calls from many, many friends, including Democrats, and they were thanking me so much for what I'm doing at D.C. They feel so safe already, he remarked. Turning to border control, Trump boasted of unprecedented results. We had 0 people in 3 months. 0, 0, 0 for 3 months, he emphasized, citing figures from what he described as a liberal group. He contrasted this with the millions he claimed were previously entering from prisons, gangs, and drug cartels. For the last 2 months, we had none, he stressed. Without new legislation, Trump said his administration simply announced a closure of the borders. The whole world understood it because they respect your country again. Canada does what we tell them to do, he added, claiming both northern and southern borders had been in poor condition before his intervention. Shifting back to crime, Trump promised rapid improvements. We will have crime under control very shortly in D.C., he asserted, accusing local officials of manipulating crime statistics to downplay the crisis. His plans, he said, included cleaning graffiti, repairing roads, and restoring public spaces. We're going to be beautifying the city, making it really beautiful. We're going to be getting the criminals, Trump pledged. The former president linked his domestic safety agenda to broader geopolitical goals, referencing NATO funding reforms and his push for European allies to pay 100% for US military equipment. He tied this to his efforts to reduce global conflict. I'm doing it to save thousands of soldiers a week, he said, noting upcoming talks with Russian President Vladimir Putin and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. Trump claimed credit for ending multiple long-running conflicts, asserting, "I've solved 6 wars in the last 6 months. On the war in Ukraine, he stated, this was Biden's war. This isn't my war. I want to see if I can stop the killing." Returning to domestic security, Trump called crime an epidemic and criticized cashless bail. People shoot somebody and they're out on the street, he said, pointing to similar issues in cities like New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles. He credited federal intervention with preventing larger-scale destruction in Los Angeles and preserving its ability to host the Olympics. Quoting local law enforcement, Trump concluded, "Thank God they were here. We really needed them," describing early actions to stabilize the city as decisive in avoiding further disaster.